All right, it's Friday night, so I guess it's time for another coding challenge. Today I'm gonna try to crack another problem under 40 minutes, hopefully, but unlikely. So this stream is for entertainment purposes only, and yeah, and let's just see if basically let's just see what we've got today, right? So let's go to the lead code. So that's the last problem. All right. Damn, it's end of the week. So let's go. Pick one. All right. So is hard problem. Are you kidding? Again? Again? It's like fourth time in a row. This is ridiculous. Like, so they have, I guess the majority of problems are easy. So then the next one in terms of number of problems, medium, and hard problems are the least amount of hard problems. So in terms of probability, getting four in a row, is it? Yeah, I don't know what's the distribution they use for random generator to select this stuff, but all right, that's I don't know. Let's just read and do nothing for 20 minutes or 40 minutes. Return the result of evaluating a given Boolean expression represented as a string. An expression can either be T relating to true, F relating to false, not, and something within the brackets, relating to the logical node of the inner expression. Logical and logical or for two or more. Expression true, D, parsing strings, oh my god. So the idea is that the final result, so you need to start large and then recursively go to each bracket and substitute the string with the bracket, whatever was in brackets, with the with whatever inside brackets as the one value, right? So in this case, let's say we have not in F, or let's say this and TF, right? So basically, whatever is inside these brackets, once we hit TF, we should do AND, right? So it will be recursive, obviously, until you had either T or F or whatever. Obviously, if it's empty one, let's see if there are any. Yeah, there might be something like this. So if it starts with this or this, then you know that there should be a bracket. So this is like the beginning, and then you iterate until you meet the next bracket. And if you again encounter this type of bracket, then you add something, then subtract something, add something, subtract something, and finally meet your bracket. So you know that this from here to here is the internal expression. So then you move to another level of recursion and return these with comma or this, whatever is after comma, right? So from 1 to 2000, right? consists of characters G, F, blah, blah, blah. What expression representing a Boolean? So obviously if, so it can be empty, but if expression length 1 return expression 0 equals true, no, then so if it's not equals true, so if it equals true, then we return true. Otherwise, we return false, right? It's stupid, but that's what it is. And then we need to recursively do stuff, right? Until we hit either F or whatever. All right. So can we actually use it as a character, not as a string? Technically, there's nothing to design. It's just So there will be a lot of copies unless you do it with indices, I guess. And you do it with indices like from start to end. So you always take substring from this, right? And then you check something. Yeah, whatever. Let's do with whatever string it is. And then we have bool of the result, right? So then we might have just two options basically. We also may have not, right? And not is only for a single expression inside. So there may be no multiple expressions inside. All right. So here we go. So then we say if it should be before we go to the result. So we should say this stuff. If expression is 0, because we know that this should be the beginning of the string, right? Equals what? This, right? So it's not case, only one expression, right? So then we say return so let's see, int I equals what? Basically, we don't need 0 and we don't need uh, mm-hmm. Yes, so starts with 2. 0, it's the sign, then the brackets. Or do we really need this one? Yeah, I guess. For something as an expression. Ah, so we definitely know that because it's a single expression inside, all right? We definitely know that it's actually simple. We can just return expression. Sorry. Not parse expression where expression substring is from second element because we don't care about the brackets and until this expression length minus 1 because we don't need the last brackets. Whatever is here. So we do this, and then if there was only one character, then the substring will be this, right? And then it will check, okay, is it D? If yes, then true. If it's not, then it's false. Then it's false. All right. So this part already should be fine. Else, if oh, let's do else because it feels like they're almost identical, except the fact that what do we do, right? All right. Let's have bool is and equals to expression 0, this one. All right. So then what? Then then we definitely know that there will be, because we assume that expression is always valid, right? We don't need to check. Is a valid expression. Okay. So it's always valid. So we don't need to worry about anything. Int. So we may quickly check number of commas in this. But the thing is, num commas, let's say 0, so, or num expressions, num expressions, and another num int num open brackets, all right, which is basically will tell us start with 0 because we don't count the initial one. So let's do quick cycle. So for int equals I, let's say starting from second element, because we know that the first one will be the opening bracket, right? I less than expression length, actually -1, because we don't care about last element, because we know that the brackets will be closing at this particular thing. Do we really need number of brackets, or do we just want to have yeah, let's do this. Let's do vector of int. Um, so, all right. So it's comma index, right? Yeah, based on comma index, we can figure out how to do recursion in a cycle and what to do depending on is it Boolean or not Boolean expression. Should be straightforward, I would say. So yeah, we have no idea at the beginning how much commas will we have. So we say plus plus, then what? Then if expression I equals comma and num open brackets, right? So basically what I mean here, or let's actually better write it explicitly, right? So the logic is clear here. This is the case when we don't want to sacrifice, for the sake of compactness, the logic behind the code, right? So if we hit the comma and number of open brackets is 0, meaning that we are within the current expression, not within sub-expression that can be, again, and or whatever with some other expressions there, right? We say, what do we say? We say, comma, index, sorry, push back I, right? Nice. Else, if expression I equals to the opening bracket, right? What we say? We say common indices plus plus. No, oh, we don't need num open brackets. We can just say open brackets, right? For open brackets plus plus. Then else if expression equals to closing one, then we do obviously open brackets minus minus. So this is how we count if it's inner expression or not inner expression. So there should be no open brackets, then we're within our current expression. All right. So now, once we end this cycle, we will end up with overall number of expressions. And the overall number of expressions will be basically the comma index, right, where they are located. So we int previous expression beginning, expression begin, and initially it's 2, right? Because we know that if it's this, then we should look at this thing. And expression, so basically 4. Now it's simple. Int, we say comma index, oh, let's just say comma I because we use comma index. So what do? We say that, and there should be a result, Boolean. We already have one Boolean. Let's use it. So if the Boolean is and, so for and Boolean, in order it to be 1, all should be ones, right? So if it's and, but do I want to touch this? I can always check, of course, this one, right? If it's and or not. All right, so let's not waste time here. So, so let's just have bool result, and then we can think if we need extra Boolean here or not. So if it's or, then in order to make sure that we return 1 only if at least one expression is 1, right? So the result should start with false. However, if it's and, that it returns 1 only if all ones. So the result should start with 1, with true, with false. Sorry, with true. Right? So we just say, yeah, we can say this one as well. All right. Now, then we say if then we say result equals is and. If so, then we say what result and parse bool expression where we say expression substring from, so the expression begin, right, and comma index, comma I, right? That's it. That's simple, right? Or we can say bool here expression. We already have expression. Expression I, all right, so sub-expression equals to this, because it's always this. And what we can also say that result, if is and, then it's result, or let's just do this, so for clarity, if is and, then result should work, I guess. Expression I, oops, else result expression I, right? So now, what is missing here? Let's see. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. Yeah, code is ugly today, but that's okay. It's a hard problem, so it's allowed. All right. Seems like we've done it. So technically is and is not needed. That's what I thought. So we can just say this. I forgot one thing. Once we did this Boolean expression, that we need to say that expression begin equals to comma I, right, plus 1. So the next element after the comma index. All right. The heck is that? All right, so let's do a quick check. If it all. Yeah, let's do this. I don't like how it looks like. Right. If only one element in expression, it is either T or F. Then if it's T, it's true. If it's not, then it's meaning it's F, it's false. Now, if expression starts with exclamation, we say like not case, only one expression inside brackets. Inside brackets, all right? Let's remove it from here. And finally, else we can say and or case. Let's do this. Multiple expressions allowed. Seems like that. We're like barely hitting 30 minutes, roughly 25 minutes plus. But again, it's Friday. I'm not in the mood of debugging it via examples, so let's just run and see why we are dumb people. And it's always valid, so we don't need to check for corner cases if open brackets becomes negative or anything like that. in theory. But let's see. Expression. Whatever. We can always say result, and right. So result initially is 1. So if at least 1 will be false, it becomes false, and then everything will be false. Or initially it's false. So if at least 1 expression is true, then it becomes true, and the result will be true. And obviously we need to return something, right? We don't return anything here, I see. So we return this thing, and at the end of the else, we should return the result. Wait a second, I don't understand. Ooh, Jesus. Yeah, that was bad. Okay, this is else already, right? So yeah, let's. Yeah, we definitely don't want to run it like that. Okay, the for, once for is done, then we say return result, right? And then this closes else, this closes the function, and this closes the class, right? So else return, should we say else if? I think we should, can be interesting. Else if. So only 3 cases, right? Or we can actually, we don't need this, we can just put it here so it will be clear. That's it. So we start with 2. So the first element is 2. So we ignore the first 2 characters in the string because we definitely know that if it starts like this, then it will be at least, how much? Right, at least 4 characters. Because the expression is always valid. So we don't need to check. Anything? So let's just run the code and see if it works. True, true. All right, submit. Ah. All right. Let's see why. So, oh, yeah. So we know if it doesn't equal this, equals this, then it should be false, right? So let's print and see what the heck is going on here. See out sophisticated debugging techniques to the rescue. All right, so what do we want? Result equals to result, right? Then we also want expression I equals to expression I, right? But at least it doesn't fail. It's great. It's great. It doesn't, so it's nice. I see why. So the problem with that once we hit the last comma, right? The last expression here. So how do we do this? I see. All we need to do is basically comma index, push back. Here we go. this guy, right? Because we know that the last one will be the bracket, closing bracket. Yes. In this way, we don't need anything else. Submit. All right. Something bad is going on. Last executed input. It worked before, by the way. Oh. No, wait a second. Wait a second. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It should be this one, right? We didn't touch this part of the code. And this is exactly here, and it worked before, but now it fails? Why? I don't understand. It should fail here too. All right, so let me see what I did aside from this. Is this is the case only? Now I don't understand. So I add this line, comma indices, which is the vector, and it's okay. I can always push the integer there, right? We can basically add say something like add last comma as closing bracket position. So this is interesting. I don't really understand how this. We shouldn't even be here. Run the code. So we were fine to do it here, and this is the vector. We didn't do anything with that. Expression itself, the length minus 1. Yeah, I don't understand. Damn, I don't see what's wrong even. Right, let me check. So first of all, why we get here? I didn't get it. I didn't get it completely. Why we get to the cout this part, right? We should be here. I don't see why we get here to get sanitizer thing. I understand if we get here, right? And okay, let me close it for now. This part, of course. So we do substring, and then substring not part, cout f or p part, right? So yeah, so if I run the code, it should be first not part and then Uh, oh, oh, so that's why we get here. Interesting. So the first one doesn't work. The length is never 1. Uh, and O part. Mm-hmm. Well, this is super weird. So, all right. So let's just do this. Cout um, expression equals to expression. Oh, so we haven't removed the bracket. So is substring inclusive? So does it include the last? Ah, maybe substring in C++, CPP, substring. Maybe it includes the last element actually. We think so. It seems like it doesn't include the first one. As you see, initially expression is fine, right? Or we can actually say expression like this so we don't bother ourselves. But second time, we do not remove actually the last comma. So it says, ah, this is not index. This is the length, right? Think, 5 words. Oh, 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 ho, 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 ho. Damn, that's why it's bad switching between languages. Different API for basic commands. This should be the length. And we know that it starts from 2, right? And it ends this element. So it should be, well, in this case, we know that the length should be 1 because it's just, no, wait a second. No, 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 not 1. It should be except the last element, right? So we know that the position of the last element is this. This is 2, right? So if it's, let me see. So let's imagine that I have something like expr, and I say, okay, this is 2, right? This is, let's say, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the length of the, in this case, is 7. So I say, okay, this is 6, the position of the bracket that I don't want to include. So I want, starting from second, the result should be 4. So I should just subtract, should just subtract 2 here. Now, the interesting part is, where else we're using substring here? Let me see. I believe when we do expressions, right? So this is the only one we're using another substring. That's it. Okay, so not too much to fix. Is it? So it should be this thing minus this thing plus 1, I guess. But I could be wrong. Let's just run. See. Oh man. This is awful. Awful debugging. Never do this. Okay, let me check. Let's imagine again something like this, right? Oh yeah, so now we can actually uncomment this part. Right? So if, right, we are out of time, so let's just stop here and see if it works. But again, debugging, it's okay. You don't need to. The idea is clear, so it's just the debugging process itself. So maybe we don't need +1 here. Maybe we just need this one. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Then let's return these things to see what the heck is going on, right? Not run code. Run code will be fine. Still? But how on earth now this happened again? I didn't get it. Not part. It shouldn't be. Really? So the length is 4 minus 2 is 2 elements. Ah. So, okay, I see. We don't need this. So this is 4, right? And we should subtract from the third element, the last element, that's it. So it should be like -1, so we know that this is -3. Run the code, should work. Yes, finally. Let's see if we can pass. So basically only this out and this out, right? All right, submit. We done it again. Another hard problem under 40 minutes. Again, we don't count time for these corner cases debugging, and it's okay. So let's submit multiple times to see the best scores we can get in terms of runtime memory. Oh, right, 24 milliseconds, nice, but memory is worse. So it seems so far these two are the best. So let's see if we can get 24 and 19.5 combined. 19.8, so still not the best one. So the substring version is a little bit slower. So ideally, if instead of substring, you just return indices, like in between which you read the string and make it like constant, whatever. So this will be the faster version, I would imagine. Well, we've got 20 milliseconds and 19.5. Okay, we stop here. This is the best scores we can get today. So it's 22 and 10, which is nice. For the hard problem, we cracked it again under 40 minutes using no hints. So this is what? This is 22. And this is 10. It's almost 33. All right. just one number. It's 32, but that's okay. In terms of that, this is the Friday, and we solved two hard problems in a row. Although the probability of getting another hard problem in a row should be low, but for some reason we done it. So, right, fireworks, and we're free to go. So let me see what's on YouTube. Let's back switch to the scene. All right, something interesting going on here. So let's see. Ads.
それではカウントダウンです。一緒に大きな声で始めましょう。いいですか？私の後についてきてくださいね。
All right, weekends. There we go. Thanks everyone, and hopefully see you tomorrow or maybe on Sunday. I haven't decided yet which day will be the day off for me from coding. All right. See ya.